without contorting yourself very uncomfortably, you can't like pass each other. Like,
Yeah.
it's got to.
There are a couple of like little nooks that someone can get in so they can be passed, but
It was really uncomfortable, and
Yeah.
I'm glad that, like, when we first thought of the idea for it after we found the tunnel, we were like, oh man, this is awesome. I can't wait to shoot it because it's gonna be really uncomfortable, but I can't wait for it to be done.
yeah,
Like, I want it to be done, but I don't want to shoot it because it's gonna suck to shoot it.
it did.
It did. It sucked a whole lot. Next question.
In the entry where Alex is in the tunnel, I'm not sure what number this is, but who is the what?
I said we aren't. We probably don't know the number exactly.
There was Alex said, "I told you not to follow me." Who was that guy that you attacked?
That's our friend Chris, the guy that was drunk on the we were talking about. What is he called? Like just bearded man.
In the credits, he's man in tunnel.
Man in tunnel. I mean,
I've heard people call him Beardy.
yeah, he was just a friend of ours that
You worked with him.
that I worked with, and he said, hey, a lot of people of our friends are just like, hey, if you ever need somebody, an extra or something, put us in. Chris specifically said, if you ever need to kill anyone, I'm the guy.
And we actually took him up on it.
And like a year later, I forgot about it, we were thinking, we need to make Alex a more menacing threat. Let's kill somebody. And I remember Chris, I called him, I'm like, hey, Chris, want to die?
So no context whatsoever. He goes, yes.
But yeah, he agreed to die on camera. And
He was so cooperative too.
Yeah.
He was so
we
excited.
like couldn't show his face, he's always smiling. So it's like, all right, we have to scuffle and fight and stuff. He's like, okay. But yeah, that's
He was very down with getting murdered. I hope someone just went by the door outside and like someone running inside.
I have a question for Tim. Portraying as Nasty, what was your favorite one to act? Your favorite entry?
To act. I mean, that very first one was a lot of fun just because I got to just run and have a little scuffle.
That was one that I almost got hurt on.
Yeah.
That did hurt a lot when you tackled me. Sorry.
Let's see. It's kind of hard to. They've all kind of run together for me because it's if I don't have any lines to memorize, it's just going to be, hey, I run and jump on something, tackle something. So it just depends on what I enjoy tackling the most, I guess.
Probably you said you really liked, because you seem to be having the most fun with it in the hotel entry beginning of season 2.
Oh, yeah.
When you did the hand around the door and everything.
Oh,
It
yeah.
seemed like you were having a lot of fun with that.
Well, because that one was a lot of fun because that was the first time I actually got to do it in like several months. So I was like, I'm getting to do it again. and then we also did because we did the limp that didn't actually have a payoff until several entries later. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah. Also, we got to save Jessica and I.
Oh yeah.
I'm having to remember all this for you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to prod you into answering.
Oh, another entry, I got like impaled on a rusty nail during that one.
Didn't even have the camera for it, so you
Yeah.
didn't even have to.
Yeah.
But I mean, they've all been fun. I don't think I've had any that were awful.
You're really.
Except- Well, just it was the one where it was the first time we see Alex in season 2. Whenever I attack him and I he breaks my leg with a rock or whatever. But just that whole fight was kind of difficult because I mean you can't see in that mask, so you just kind of have to hope that whenever you get thrown down, you just hope that you don't land on something because the eyes come up about to here. So I think part of the reason that he has the walk that he does or the look that he does is because I'm having to walk around like this to see him. So I think that's actually kind of had an effect on how he moves.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that one was probably my least favorite. But as far as most favorite,
no one else could have been nasty, but you, because you're really good at like physical acting and stuff. Like I couldn't do it.
Absolute complete disregard for your well-being.
Yeah, that helps too. It helps too that you're okay with getting a lot from it.
Yeah.
And everything. So.
Well, yeah, because that same fight I was talking about, I was like, you know, it'd look really intense if you tried to like smash my head against the door and do it. So we got like 2 takes of where he, you know, just takes my head into the door, but they just didn't look quite intense enough, so they couldn't get used. But I still had the cuts on my head.
I
So
did the first time, and you're like, no, do it harder.
yeah,
Do it like you mean it.
do it like you actually hate me.
And then we broke the mask.
Oh yeah, then the mask broke and cut it on the face. Whoops. That's when we stopped doing that. Because I was more concerned with making sure the mask didn't break.
Yeah.
If you were ever being hunted by Slenderman, what would you do to try to defend yourself, and do you think you'd actually survive?
We apparently are right now. I was waiting on that.
No, I don't think I would survive. I don't know what I would do, because I'm a little baby.
It's funny because you play a crazy person. But in reality, you'd be like, I say that like I wouldn't too.
I would buy a dog that isn't afraid of everything. My dog is afraid of 3-year-olds and cartons of milk. Not afraid of cars, is afraid of banjos.
Let's talk about her now.
Come by our table for real, we have pictures of our dogs.
That's actually all we're selling.
Yeah.
We should sign pictures of dogs. Sign a conference on them. That'd be so cute. We should do that. We should do that. Have pictures of our dogs. Sorry, we should answer questions.
What would I do? I'm trying to think of something interesting.
We apparently have nothing interesting to say on that because we're talking about dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
Suck and die is what I would do.
the way that I played Slender is probably how I would do it. So it'd be like,
running until stress runs out, and then dying.
yeah, pretty much.
If Slenderman was a real thing, he would be classified as a paranormal entity. Do you believe that there are paranormal entities out there?
I kind of subscribe to the ideas of like nothing has been proven, so I don't believe it yet.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if anyone knows who James Randi is, we kind of think he's got it down where
He's a pretty cool guy.
he kind of says like, you know, psychics and stuff, like they're probably just like
Just
slowly
prove
out of
it.
your money. Yeah, they're just like prove it. So I personally don't. It's fine if you do. You know, you can believe whatever you want to believe, but it's
We've never seen any evidence, even in our, where the real ghosts live.
yeah.
That
We've been there so many times.
suggests the existence of ghosts.
Like,
We've never
it
met
seems-
one, and we've been there a lot.
Yeah, it seems like whenever you talk about, because that area is kind of a local landmark around there, and so like it seems like whenever you bring it up around people are like,
They
oh,
all have
man.
a ghost story. to
Yeah,
tell.
they're like, oh man, I went there this one time and I saw like a kid run by or something, and we're like, we've been there dozens of times.
That was a coyote, that wasn't a kid.
Yeah.
Coyotes live there.
Because there was a website that we found that was like ghost hunters that went there, and apparently one of the things for the ghost hunters is like they bring around like microphones, and it's like the audio stuff
EVP, I think it's called.
is whatever is that's supposed to be like the evidence or whatever. But and we went through and listened to a bunch of them, and
There was one that I actually.
yeah, well, we recognized like all of them from just stuff we had heard before, would probably hear or whatever, but there was one that we couldn't figure out that was the sound of a telephone ringing. And I was like, okay,
Short of actually faking it.
yeah, I mean, a telephone ringing in an old abandoned hospital is kind of creepy.
And it sounded
then-
like an old office telephone. too.
Yeah, and then when one night we were out there, we were shooting, and then like in the middle of shooting something, we hear. But it's obviously coming from the tire plant across the railroad tracks. So mystery solved.
No, it wasn't at night either. We were just
No, it
walking.
wasn't.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, we were walking there in the tire plant. it has like an intercom on it, and anytime the phone rings, it comes on that. And I was like, I just stopped dead in my tracks, and I go, that's what it was. It was the actual phone ringing. Who knew? So
basically, we bust up in the ghost's house all the time, and they haven't tried to kick us out yet. So until they do,
yeah, I'm sorry if that's disappointing. We haven't seen anything. They just believe things like that. But it's okay. We don't think any less of it.
Hi. Hello. How do you feel about your webpage just exploding in popularity? Like, there are DVDs, people are making plushies of Slender Man now, and doing fan art. How does that make you guys
It's
feel?
terrible and I hate it.
Completely mind-blowing. Like we said earlier, we were like, if this gets 500 views, that would be amazing. Now there are more than 500 views.
What was that thing you said you would do?
Nothing.
What was that thing you said if issue number 1 ever gets over, what was it, 5,000 views?
No, 1 million.
Over 1 million views, that you would do what? I believe it was, I will run the length of the introduction video naked. Right?
I don't recall that.
I definitely do. Do you, Tim?
I don't think I was there for that, but
You don't want to, okay.
I'll do it.
You know what, let's all do it. Let's do it ourselves. Right now, just run all the way back home.
Yeah, no, it's been incredible. Because,
It just evolves into chaos and rises. You're gonna do it!
it's been really amazing.
Yeah.
Because one of the coolest things is just seeing what our fans make. Like, get sent birthday cakes, not us sent birthdays, pictures of birthday cakes people have made for their friends.
I was gonna say, no, it's ever email us or like, email us a birthday cake?
Email us a birthday cake.
Mail us a birthday cake.
That are crazy. Like, and we try to get our fans involved in what we do a lot too. Like the first and second season, and I'm sure the third season as well on DVD. Those are fan-made DVD covers that we chose and used them.
Our banner.
Our banner that's down at our booth that we'll be at later. That was done with a fan contest. We just said, make us a banner. We're going to take it everywhere we go if you win. And we got an embarrassment of riches again. Just like with abandoned locations, we now have too many cool banner ideas.
Yeah, it took a long time to pick the ones we wanted.
And yeah, I mean, and just seeing the community as a whole is crazy.
Tumblr is really fun.
Yeah.
We do look at it.
We know what you
We
said.
know what you're saying. We know things that happen there. I have tons of horrible things on Tumblr. Yeah.
Do you guys read a lot of creepypastas? And if you do, like, what is your what is your favorite creepypasta monster?
Does SCP count as a creepypasta?
Yes.
I've read through
I love-
almost, not all because there's so many, but like the top rated ones I've gone through like every single one.
I love SCP. It's really
Oh my
cool.
god. Honestly, I think The Scares is probably the creepiest one I read.
There's a game for that.
I know there is, and I'm never going to play it.
I actually don't want to.
Yeah, just reading that, just like going down like, oh, I'll read the next sentence.
I played, or no, I did play. I went down like 4 flights and I was like, no. I don't want to keep doing this. I don't want to do this to myself.
Yeah, I think a lot of the ones on there I found more interesting than scary, but the scares definitely freaked me out.
Yeah. Those are fun. Can you name something?
We might
You might have read?
Jack the Killer or
Not a fan.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I never really scared me.
Yeah. I can see how it's scary.
one that we found, or not found, it was posted into something awful thread was the rake. That one gave me some goosebumps. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I thought that the little Haunted Majora's Mask cartridge thing was kind of cool. I know they did like several after that. I only saw the first one, but I thought that first one was pretty cool.
What was it called? The caving thing.
Ted the
Caver.
Yeah.
Ted the Caver is a really good one. That was like the first one I ever
Yeah,
read.
that's internet
I think
classic.
they did.
I mean, it's kind of like The Descent, maybe. But it's, yeah. If you've never read Ted the Caver, definitely
think they did.
Ted the Caver.
It's on an old school Angel Fire page.
Oh yeah, I think they did. Yeah, you're right. It's right. Can we get some people over here? Because I feel like you kind of been class in here.
So who's the one who writes the jokes?
The jokes.
The jokes. Who writes the jokes? Oh, that was improv by Joseph.
Yeah. A lot of the funny stuff is just kind of on the fly. Just, hey, let's say this. Although there is one joke that Troy waited an entire season to tell.
And no one noticed. It was the at the beginning of, I think it might have been, the very first episode of season 2. Jay finds the safe in his room, and he tries to open. He puts in 1, 2, 3, 4 as the first thing, and then fast forward like a dozen or so entries later.
It's on the very last.
Is it the very last? The very last entry of season 2. Jay is with Jessica, and he's like, "There's a safe. Give me a number that we can both know." She goes, "Just use 1, 2, 3, 4." And he goes, "That's the first thing I try." I was waiting to use that for so long. I was so proud of that. And it had been so long.
Your genius went unnoticed.
There was a purposeful Easter egg in the latest issue. So, people have spotted it so far. I would say it was.
Also, the bad dialogue for the actual Marble Hornets film has been
That's a point of pride.
we probably spent way too much time trying to figure that out.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to figure, or it takes a while to figure out, but it's fun to figure out.
Yeah,
It's like, what is the most pretentious
How
thing
can we
to say?
perfect this?
Yeah.
Yeah, the entry was, it's like the first time you see Brian in the car when he moves his head and then the in the background.
Stuck in a loop.
I'm stuck in a loop of unhappiness. That was a lot of fun too. So fun.
Are you thinking about Brian again?
Yeah.
No,
Me too.
that's what my world is like.
That's one of the fun things about whenever we get to write about student
Yeah. It's tragically doesn't happen very much anymore, but
well, it's for real.
yeah, we gotta do the action thing. So usually the joke which makes me feel good.
So it's incredibly evident you guys have amazing chemistry. You love working together. So you've mentioned
Says you.
Well, you've mentioned you have the ended line from Marble Hornets. Have you guys thought at all about what solutions?
Oh,
So much.
Hundreds
There's-
of Google Docs of ideas.
Yeah. We've kind of set, I think we've been set on what we're going to do next now for a while. We're really looking forward to doing it.
It's funny, it's been the same thing for a while, but it keeps evolving into something else. Just getting an idea, which is probably the best of the
Yeah, it's
messy.
But it's something that we can't do until Marble Hornets is over. So
Yeah.
we just kind of have to try not to get too excited about it yet.
yeah, because we got to finish our actual job now. There's like 2 or 3 other things that we're going to have, like short little series things we're going to do for the back channel, the Horizon Camera channel on YouTube. A few, one-off things. We'll do more back shorts at some point. We'll do more funny stuff, I hope. But we do know what's going to be next, but we don't want to say it because it's not because it has evolved so much. In case it evolves again from what it is now, something else we don't want to say until we know what it is. But there is something next.
It's in the works.
We go over here.
Where get the inspiration for Nature Break?
There was this show that came on when I was a kid on Discovery Channel called Beyond 2000. I don't know if anyone ever watched it, but it was a show that I loved. Yeah. There was the host on it. There was like a bunch of hosts for it, but there's one host in particular. His name was Henry Tinnaton. I remember his name. I'm going somewhere with this, I promise. And when I was thinking of Nature Break, I think I thought of Nature Break one day when I was trying to go to sleep or I was in the shower or something. And I was like, so what would the host look like? And my mind immediately went to that guy because he was like the whitest looking guy like ever. Like he just had the mustache and the glasses and everything. I was like, I want to look exactly like that. So I just like found a mustache. I can't actually grow a mustache very well, so I had to go buy a fake one. A really good looking fake one. Yeah. And I just like, it was when we were shooting an entry, I think. We were in between takes and I was like, oh, by the way, I have this really weird idea. I want to shoot a really short thing that would be like in between a kid's block of like programming. Like that would be on like one Saturday morning or something. Like, let's teach kids about things while they're, having fun watching cartoons. And
Trick them into learning.
yeah, but I was like, but every single thing that comes out of this guy's mouth is going to be 100% wrong. So let's do that. And they were like, okay. So that's kind of how Nature Break came to be. And there are definitely more coming. I hope that's okay.
Kind of shot the first one without telling anybody, and all of a sudden it was posted. And I watched it, had to take a breath.
And I watched it again.
I watched it again at 240p because that's the only way to watch it.
Yeah, the lower quality the better.
And I just messaged where I'm like, this is your magnum opus. Like, you can't top this. It's all downhill.
Just be going, one knows where trees came from.
I want Craig Digsby to get well known enough that we can get like Bill Nye or somebody like that just for like a second. Like you just see him in the background or something.
Totally underutilized.
Yeah.
Somebody will not just
Help. Or as Tim calls him, C Diggs with a Z.
Oh yeah.
C Diggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a real thing. Starting it now. But thanks for watching Nature Break. I appreciate it. I'm glad people watch it. It's fun to make. Unlike one of the Hornets.
What?
My Twitter has been blowing up about Sharknado, and I haven't seen it. I need to, because, yeah, it's Sharknado.
Is that just kind of like the new Snakes on a Plane thing? Where, like, the internet's gonna blow it up and then it comes out and then everyone forgets about it in like a month?
Yep.
Well,
I mean, I saw Snakes on a Plane in theaters, so maybe I should see this in the theaters too.
what would you do if you saw a tornado full of sharks, though?
I
Like,
would,
are they just
I
like
would
flopping
go.
around because they're not in water, or is it just literally the wind is made up
Think
of
of-
sharks?
Think of that movie where the shark eats the plane. It's that kind of shark.
No, he's asking like, is it a tornado with sharks in it, or is it a literal like
Tornado
of
of
sharks? It's like it looks like wind from a distance, but it's actually
The
sharks.
closer it gets, the sharpier it gets. And by the time it's close enough to see, it's too late.
Every single shark is into your soul.
If I saw it, I would go.
And you'd be enveloped in sharks. That would be good. That's how Marvel Hornets is.
That's about the most metal way you could possibly die. It's just like, oh, Tim is dead. He got mauled by a giant tornado full of sharks.
I would just want to make sure that I got it on video so it actually had it on video.
Yeah.
It's
You
just
like
like out of
have it
nowhere.
like in the Marble Hornet story.
Entry 74, flat. Shark tornado, 10 minutes in. This changes everything.
When it comes to the codes, like in TDR videos or the Twitter code, is it more frustrating when it's solved really quickly or when you have to hand-pull us through the entire procedure?
I found that out very recently, that it's just as frustrating when people can't get it than I thought they'd get it really quickly. There was, I think, was it the latest? No, it was the Two Dark Entry before the latest one that had a code on it, and I spent like, I don't know, like an hour with like a bunch of sticky notes, like, okay, it's this happened, and this is how you make the letters and everything, and I was like, okay, I think enough of the letters are in here to where they can figure it out. And then I put it up there, and like a week passed, and it's just everyone was furious at me. It's like, this code is too hard, it doesn't make any sense. And I thought that like, it would take maybe an hour for them to figure it out.
I
So.
sent it to my friend Steven, the guy that just
Cryptology?
Yeah, I have a friend that just took cryptology just for funsies, whatever. And he's like, yeah, it's
Either that means I'm really good at it, or I'm really, really bad at it.
Well, that's kind of been the big learning experience doing this series, is that just because you think something is obvious to you doesn't mean it's going to be obvious to everyone else. Because that's, I mean, that
We were
happened
talking
a
about
lot
that the other
in-
day. We were like, it might be kind of weird because we're in the mindset to know
Yeah,
how everything's
it's
going.
like, you know, we know what the payoff of this is supposed to be, but from it, you know, you kind of have to put yourself in the viewer's shoes of like, what are they going to see whenever they watch this, and will it be the same as what we're thinking? And the first season, a lot of the times, it wasn't, because we didn't really know that. And then, you know, for the most part, I feel like we've gotten better about that, but there are still some times where we just kind of see the reactions afterward and go, whoops, we should explain that a little better. So,
Is it going until 1?
Speed round.
Speed round.
Yeah.
Let's do it fast.
So you said you guys know like everything that happens on Tumblr, like and stuff. So like I don't know if anyone else here is like a part of it, but like do you guys know about the Marble Hornets Twitter fiasco?
I saw like screenshots of it and stuff, but that kind of happened when we were finishing up the latest entry, so I was kind of not on Tumblr very much. So I did see some things, but was very confused. So yes, I saw. It was basically a bunch of people, I think, make Twitter accounts for all of us, interact with each other. Fun ways.
That's happened on every social media thing so far.
So we can go a little faster since we're running out of time. I think we've enough point now. Just talk loud. Yes.
How does it feel to know that your series is going to become a movie?
It's pretty cool.
It's hard to believe.
Yeah.
I mean that literally. Like it doesn't feel real.
And really, to sit here, who doesn't sit here, it's how do we feel about the movie being made? Yeah, and really, it's kind of like, it doesn't feel like it's being made still, because it's like, I'm not going to believe that it happens until I'm in a theater and it's playing in front of me.
Because that's one of the things, like, this was something that was in the works for a really long time. Like
Years.
3 years. And it was just one of those things where nothing is real until it's real. It's actually there. Because so many things can go wrong. Even after a movie is like done filming, that doesn't mean it's necessarily going to make it to the theater. It helps its chances if it's actually been made. But
Yeah, because it was like, you know, 3 years of, yeah, we're working on it, and then suddenly, hey, I think we're, might be getting the ball rolling soon, and then next thing you know, yeah, we're done.
yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow, that didn't take long at all.
Yeah. So
It's weird.
it's very strange. Let's see, anyone has an answer question? You in the back with your.
Yes.
Yeah, someone has a microphone on.
Oh, does someone have a microphone now?
Oh,
Okay, we'll get to you after her. Okay. Is that okay?
I can
Okay.
just yell, that's fine. Or
I can hear you. Yeah.
okay. 2 questions. One, do you have any tips for people that want to start a Slenderman series? And two, the grapefruits. How and why? Because it's beautiful.
Why not?
Why not?
I'll try to answer as fast as possible. People ask us, that's probably the most common question.
Yeah.
Is what do you have any like tips or whatever?
Just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't have to be about the Slender Man or whoever. Like if you have an idea, don't like the longer you have the idea in your head, the longer or the more chances you're gonna get to go, it's not a good idea, I don't want to do it. So just do it. If it's not good after you're finished with it, who cares? At least you did it. You know, like you can only get better. Yeah, like it's only because I think people give up too soon. Like I heard, probably the best advice I've ever heard is when you're first starting off, it's not going to measure up to what you're expecting. That's okay. Like you can work at it. It won't be how you expected right off the bat. Like the first entry number 1, it didn't look exactly how we, wanted it to, but who cares? It's got a bunch of views now, and we really like the way it ended up looking anyway.
Well, I feel like it was something like it's like Ira Glass or something.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was like everyone who makes good stuff starts off making bad stuff.
Yeah.
And then at some point they start making okay stuff.
Yeah. They're never satisfied.
Yeah,
that's good. We thought about that coming back from, Tim and I thought of Just Touch the Grapefruit on the way back from GMX in Tennessee. And we were
our very first convention.
Yeah, we were very sleep deprived, and we were just laughing our asses off at that. We were like, oh, I've got a thing coming out.
Because that was the way all of those have come about, just been like a Google Doc, and we just start with the titles and then work from there.
Yeah.
So
There was something
like
I
I just kept throwing down titles, and just one of the ones that was nestled in that pile was Joseph Touches a Grapefruit. I was like, well, and I feel like the entire premise came out in like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
we just sat there.
it did.
Like it didn't take long to come up with. We just sat there laughing about it for like an hour and a half.
And then we're like, this is not going to be funny as soon as we get up and
we
get some sleep.
we just said the mark of whether or not this will actually be funny or not is if Joseph laughs at this tomorrow morning.
Except you didn't tell me the next morning. You told me that night.
Yeah, because you're so excited.
Can't wait.
And they get out of the car and they're just giggling nonstop. It was really funny. I laughed.
Okay.
Hi. So my question is, what is your inspiration for characters like Masky?
Oh man.
We wanted to make a physical threat to match the psychological threat of the operator.
Yeah, we kind of saw
The operator's scary, but he doesn't really like punch people. So.
Yeah, we were kind of like, let's make something. Let's make a character that is actually just crazy and
Animalistic.
Yeah, it's like something to match the creepily standing in the background. We want something to actually be a threat to Jay or Alex and Tim. So we that's kind of how that came about. Is we wanted it to be something that actually puts Jay or whoever in actual immediate danger instead of just I don't know what this means, like what happens now.
And then with our hooded figure and Alex, it was more of matching the physical threat that's just like uncontrolled, Massey just losing his mind.
With the
just
brain.
with someone that's a little more cerebral about it, I guess.
Yeah, that's kind of how we see Hoodie is where Maskey is kind of the run at stuff and fight it, but Hoodie kind of is the thinker, like he thinks ahead. Yeah.
And then Alex had to go.
I think we're out of time.
I think we are.
So thank you guys so much for coming out here.
What time is our next panel? It's tomorrow, but it's
10:30 or 11:30.